And Jimmy, you were the referee for the match with in Pittsburgh with me and Ron and Public Enemy.
I know exactly where you're going with this. Yes.
What was Gerald Brisco saying to you then?
Well, I was going to ask about that next, and I'm glad you jumped in there, John.
Let me preface this. Okay, so I have the match. It's you and Ron against Public Enemy, and I go to the ring like everybody else. So I don't know what's happening up at Gorilla before they walk out. But you correct me if I'm wrong. Did they not say to you guys, we're not doing the finish, or we don't?
They said to me. So
Yeah.
their music's playing, literally playing. We went over the match. We went over everything. Everything was agreed to. And it's not our finish. So it's not like me and Ron created the finish.
Right.
Given to us by the office, same as it was given to them by the office. They turn to me and say, "Hey, we're not going to do that spot with the table." Well, that's the finish. And we're setting up the first table match in WWE. We're going to probably put them over. I have no idea what we're going to do at the pay-per-view, but that was their match. So probably put them over. Don't know that. But they said, we're not doing the spot with the table. I said, that's the finish. And they said, yeah, we don't want to do that spot. I said, okay. But they didn't offer an alternative. They didn't say, hey, we don't want to do a spot. We're going to do a DQ. We're going to do this. We want to put you through it. They didn't offer any alternative. So Ron turns to me. He goes, what was that? And I said, they don't want to go through the table. And he said, well, we'll take the table to them. That was it. And Jerry asked us, he said, what's going on? Now our music's playing by this time. And I said, I really don't know. And he goes, you guys going over? I said, we are. I said, I don't know if it's going to take 15 seconds or 15 minutes, but we're going over. So that's what happened before we walked out. We walked down there thinking, we don't know what we're walking into. We assume it's a fist fight is what we think we're walking into.
Man, I'm down at the ring. I'm assuming it's going to be just like you guys had talked about. And all of a sudden, here comes
Because we agreed to everything, and you were there.
Yeah.
We agreed to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Public Enemy comes down, they do their entrance and the whole bit. And then here comes Ron and John, and they have this different look on their face. Not the APA look. This is like Ron and John coming out of a pub ready to, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, that's a nasty look. That's awesome. Then as soon as they hit the ring, boom. Oh, that was snug. And it was a beating. And these guys were getting their asses beat. And I'm thinking to myself, what is going on here? And I'm hearing, and I'm not hearing anything yet from Mr. Brisco. The bell rang, the whole bit and stuff like this, and they're going on, and they're just, you guys laid a number on them. Let's put it.
And it wasn't a hardcore match, so I mean,
no,
it was supposed to be a regular tag.
Right.
Yeah, but there was no tag, and it was like a Texas Tornado match where everything goes, and you guys were knocking the living snot out of these guys. Finally, after a couple of minutes of this, I think, I don't know, Mr. B, you could tell me if you were enjoying what was going on, but all of a sudden, Gerald says, Jimmy, you may want to think about ringing the bell to end this thing anytime now.
Yeah.
And I went, ding, 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 but the mugging kept going. And, match was over. And you guys, I thought, oh boy, I'm going to witness a fight in the back. You know what I mean? And they came back, shook your hands, said thank you. And I went, what did I just witness here?
We thought the same thing. We thought, well, the fight's going to happen in the back. So we went back to Gorilla. We waited for them right there. We assumed that's where the fight's going to happen. And they came back through, said thank you, shook our hand, and left.
Yeah. And left.
Yeah, and
left.
Yeah, it was funny because Mr. B says to me, what took you so long to ring the bell? And I was like, I'm waiting for you. I don't know. I was stunned because, I was expecting the match you guys had laid out. Next thing you know, it was a mugging.